Hey everybody, it's Andy here, aka Montolio, and we are back for a vintage preliminary. It is Monday night, 8 Eastern, and I've been playing a fair bit with Squee over the last couple of weeks and have really been enjoying picking it back up. I do think the deck is fairly well positioned right now, as there is a lot of combo decks running around, like Jewel Shops, and you're seeing some Beseech and some Doomsday in the metagame, and we have fair game against all of those decks because we've got so much main deck counter magic, pitch counter magic. And I do think with Lurrus being as prevalent as it is, that we do have a pretty favorable matchup as long as we don't mulligan into Oblivion against the deck. So I think the deck should be positioned reasonably well right now. Now, as more people pick this deck back up, people are going to start to hate this deck a little bit more. And of course, as it is so reliant on Bazaar, it is reasonably easy to hate out. But that said, we are going to take it in. We have had quite a bit of success recently with it, and we're going to continue to push the envelope here. Tonight, the only thing I've done is I've taken out 2 snapbacks, cheating a little bit on Sphinx of the Steel Wind, as we can't really beat that card without the snapbacks. But I put in a couple surgicals just because I am expecting a little bit more Bazaar out there. Excuse me, Dredge and HollowVine in particular, and being able to steal your opponent's Bazaar Baghdad's or, a Key Icarid or something of that nature is worthwhile. Obviously, the card becomes dead if Leyline of the Void is in play. Well, it's not dead because if somebody's, surgicals your Bazaar, you can surgical your Bazaar and not lose the remainder of your Bazaars in your library. But with that said, guys, as always, I appreciate you hanging out with me. And please comment, like, subscribe. Try and get back to everybody. And we're going to see you in round 1. Okay, guys, here we are in round 1. We did not win the die roll, but this is a keep. I do believe my opponent is a combo player, so we could lose right here. We'll see. I think what I'm going to do here is, given my opponent brainstorming here, it does feel like some level of desperation. I am going to attack the Moxes here. If they have a force of will, I think that's fine. I got rid of Flusterstorm. Okay. So we've shown our hand as to what we are now. Hopefully they don't find a Pithing Needle. That would be awful. Academy, geez, that's a good one. Oh no. Right into Beseech, eh? Necro. Yep, that's really bad for me. Okay. Yeah. I mean, this is better than a Beseech here, but not by a whole lot. So this one is probably lost for us. Just too powerful of a start here. Let them decide what they're going to discard here. They have to get rid of 3. Question is do I just get rid of this Academy? I don't think I really have the luxury of doing that. But let's see. Let's hopefully can find a Benjamin. And a blue card, of course. Okay. Not optimal. But at least we have a force here. Maybe enough to buy us some time. Next turn we can Wasteland, but we're probably dead here is my guess. The good news is my opponent can't draw with the Necropolitan, so they have to do it with their 7. Putting them down to 6 here. They can draw a couple cards if they flounder, but we are going to have a Wasteland next turn, and we do have a hard counter spell here. Lauren revealed. Ancestral would be nice. Okay. They've decided against it. Let's see what happens here. 6 cards. 5 mana. Yep, Soul Ring is in. This is a hard cast Lauren revealed. Oh, 1 ring. This is very likely bait, but I can't let it resolve. We're just so far behind. If the Dark Ritual beseech me, there's not much I can do about it. But they only have a couple cards left in hand here, so there's no guarantees. Okay, top, yep. Okay, that's good. They're looking. Now, I mean, they still can draw 5 cards here, which is a lot. But maybe we'll get lucky. I think it starts by me finding a force off the top. Smartly making it a 2-turn clock here. Okay, now they're going a little deeper. All right, well, we need some help here. Blue card. It's not a blue card, guys. It's pretty bad news for me. I did find a blue card. Unfortunately, I can't Wasteland here. I need the force. But if I can stop them this turn, I'm not going to complain. Like, having the force is a pretty big game here. If I can somehow stall them here, I'm going to win next turn. Chain of Vapor. Yep. Yep. Okay. I mean, I'm happy they're doing that, given the circumstances. Means to me that they don't have the combo kill here. There's the Beseech. Oh, a Tendrils. Okay. Yep. Now, What if I bounce this back to them? Will that kill them first? I think if I target this tendrils, it hits them first, and then they die before they gain more. I think that's how that works. Oh, they had the force. Okay. All right, I tried, man. Yeah, we're losing pretty badly now, but I would have been curious to know whether that works or not. But all right, well, I mean, look, guys. Yeah, we're just dead now. Okay, the vault key. Yep. Almost. I almost pulled that out. Okay, they got us. All right. All right. I'm wondering, do I want a couple surgical extractions here? I don't think so. I feel like we're just reasonably well positioned against this deck. Like, Noxious Revival is not great. It looks like they run a couple Shieldreds. It could be worth bringing these in and just taking out a couple Noxious Revivals. I think this is what I want to try here. Like, Shieldred is not a card that I can beat. Okay. Hopefully they don't have a Leyline here. My hand is not great looking, but all right. Well, I'm not feeling great about things here. Let's find a blue card, first of all. I think we can probably discard Bazaar and Squee here. I guess we'll bring our Root Wall in. So not a potent start, but triple Wasteland hopefully will give my opponent a hard time here. The Leyline is going to be quite good against us here. Okay. I'm not going to Bazaar here, I don't think. I just feel like we'll get a bit more card equity here, and I feel like Wastelands are pretty good against my opponent. That's aggressive, but if they force here, I think I'm okay with that. I'll wait another turn here. I'm just hoping I can mess them up enough here that I can draw a few more cards, but the Leyline is definitely doing some work against me. Okay, they're taking a break here. Not ideal, guys. Let's see the ancestral here. That would be so sweet, guys, if I could misdirect an ancestral. I think I can wait till next turn. Just hope they're going for an ancestral here. They got a tabby. I mean, so be it. All right. Let's see what they do here. I'm gonna save the trap. Like if they dark ritual and go into something, I'm likely to win that battle. Okay. Dark ritual. The mind break trap was a nice draw. I think it's possible my opponent has fluster here, but yep. Okay, now I can Bazaar. Let's see here. I mean, this little root wall is doing some damage, but my opponent's really being able to set up a win here, which is pretty awkward. Beseech. I think that's fine. See if they get a Shieldred here. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Probably just a Yogg-Will is my guess. Oh, Vault Key. Okay. So we're going to counter that. A second Fluster. Okay. Let's see who's got more counters. Nice thing that that has been exiled. Bazaar and upkeep. See if we can get some root wall and friends here. Happy to hit another root wall to increase my clock, and would love to find a wasteland here. That was even better. I did not realize that my Vines were coming back here. They sacrificed their ley line. So we win next turn if they don't kill us here. Okay. All right. I would say that was quite fortuitous up for us there. I don't think my opponent is playing with basics. The reason I'm taking out the Root Walla here instead of the Revival is I do want to keep some semblance of green in my deck for Force of Vigor, especially on the draw. Let's try this, guys. Yeah, this is a really nice looking hand. We've got Force of Vigor live. We've got Force of Will live. We've got Mind Break Trap live. These are all the things you want to get. So it says top. Yep, they can have top. That was a good draw. Now, obviously, Tabernacle of Pendrell Vale does put a crink into this, but I'm not complaining. This hand is really fantastic. If they don't have it, they're just dead next turn. And I have some pretty strong insulation here. Yep. Take 8. I'm not going to Vigor here right in the upkeep. If they play a Saga, I will. Demonic Tutor. So this is for a Tabernacle. I am going to force that and just hope they don't have a force back. All right. Nice clean win there. Turn 2 win. We'll take that. See you next round. Okay, guys. Here we are in round 2. We've won the die roll. And Luris. Okay. All right, this isn't the best looking hand, but we do have a double bazaar, which is an important feature here because when you don't have any type of gas in your hand and you get wastelanded, you're going to lose that game. I mean, I don't feel good about this here. We're going to have some things go right for us, but let's see what we can find here. Okay, not optimal, guys. I am going to keep the bazaar here. So a little bit awkward. I'm anticipating getting wastelanded here. But hopefully my opponent just plays the land, goes to my turn, and Ancestrals. That's my hope here. We're going to have to be fairly aggressive, I think, with our misdirection force of will here because I'm on the turbo churn plan here. But I just need to find some recursion and pressure on the board here. Oh. Yeah. So this is Shere Khan. Luris. Okay. It is a recall. So they do have a force to back this up, obviously. But we're not going to be able to resist doing this. Yep. All right. Well, we're in a lot of trouble here. Gonna get going. See what we can find. Chalice, I guess, is not the worst. Don't think I can keep the Wasteland or the second Bazaar. Do I keep the Mindbreak Trap here? I don't think so. Chalice should be pretty good, at least against a PO. Do they have a negation here? Be unfortunate if they did, but... And I am going to Wasteland them. I just need to slow them down as best I can here, guys. I realize an Urza Saga is a problem for me, but I'm already so far behind. Yeah, they actually have it. Okay. Let's just do our best here. They can pull Luris to hand here, but they can't currently cast Luris. Okay, there goes Luris, I think. Yeah. All right, so we are drawing off Squee here, so that's good. We don't need to Bazaar in our upkeep because we have the extra card here. I do like the Root Walla. Okay. It's something. Now we play the second Bazaar. And I'm just going to get going here. All right. Make an F6. We don't have anything here. And hopefully my opponent just stumbles here. Yep, all right. So we will churn one Bazaar here. Fantastic. So not optimal, but if we get another turn here, I feel like we're going to be in control of this game. If we get to untap and my opponent has not done anything, I'm feeling very good here. Oh, just a big PO. Damn. So close. So close, guys. Yeah, that's unfortunate. If we got to untap there, we almost clawed our way back in here. Yeah. And I would not have been as fearful of that had we had the chalice down, because they wouldn't have been able to redeploy any of their stuff. But that's probably game here. I mean, they have 11 cards in their hand now. We got double squee going, but I mean, if they didn't draw anything, we might be all right. But now they can just recast Lurrus here. I mean, we do have a vine in our yard. Okay, we're still playing. We just got to keep going here because none of this stuff really matters. We will definitely kill their academy here. Cannot attack. But if the more turns we get here, the more chance we have other vines. And finding other vines is definitely a path we can win this game from here. Like, I don't think my opponent had anything else going there. Otherwise, they would have done it. Look, they had all that mana. Okay. Thoughtcast is a bit scary. They're at 13 life here. They now can play Lurrus. Ooh, I don't like that. This is a tinker likely. We have 4 squeeze coming back this turn. Yep, top. Oh, pithing needle. Yeah, okay. Yep, they got me. We could have moved up towards manual discard to try and get vines going, but it's just like we're not going to get there. All right, we definitely want some Caracas. I bet you they don't really have basics in their deck. I think I like this. They're not likely to be running Wastelands. We got to watch Tabernacle a little bit here, but I was going to put in another Noxious Revival here for Force of Vigor, more so than the Ghost Quarter, but I think we got... oh, it did work. Okay. Nice looking hand here. What we need to dodge here is Tabernacle, but very powerful start. If we can find another Vine and Mindbreak Trap, I'd be pretty happy. And hopefully we can dodge Leyline of the Void here, but actually they can't have Leyline with Lurrus. Okay, so we have some good recursion here and some solid counter magic. So what we're trying to fade here is Tabernacle. There's a lot of pressure on the opponent. And if we do get tabbied, we have some recursion with the squee, which is helpful. Ancestral. I guess I'll go. I mean, I don't think if they had tab, I think they would have done it already, but that was low prevalence that I was unlikely to hit a vine and go off there, but I did kill them if I did hit it, and I think it was worth it. Now we have double counter magic up, which is really solid here. Liverpool, okay. Balance, I guess, could be a thing. I hope they play a Mox here. Time Walk. How do I feel about Time Walk? I think that's a worthwhile counter. I like the way we're built here. They've mulled. We're going to powder. Okay. Not perfect, but after a Bazaar activation, we should be able to clean this up. And of course, we do have a Force of Vigor to disrupt my opponent. Not perfect, but we'll keep it. I mean, it's a pretty scary spot for me. These Lurrus decks, these Turbo Lurrus decks can be really explosive for sure. I'm not going to do anything with that. They did have the Ancestral. I can't stop that. Okay. Well, we are going to Bazaar here. There's a Wasteland there. This was not perfect by any means, but we're going to play a hollow one out, and hopefully they don't have a tab. We have some good tools here. And we got Master going here, which is very helpful in the early game to help me replenish. Now, I could go for it here. They could have Flusterstorm, I guess. but I'm going to let it go. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do have the pithing needle. I think I do have to fight over this, unfortunately. I'm not thrilled about it, but I'm going to fight on the stack with this one, and if they fluster me, then I have Force of Vigor to be able to back it up. Okay. Alpine Moon, okay. I can kill that. Bazaar of Baghdad. So I guess my question is do I go for it here? I mean, let's see what they do. It's a little bit awkward, but I do think I am going to attempt to Force of Vigor this here. They didn't fight over the needle, so I feel like they might have. What would I kill here? I guess they're Moxen, right? I mean, I can take their blue source here. Like Alpine Moon for sure. What I could do here. Like, what if they have it? What if they have a Flusterstorm? How devastating is that to my game plan? Pretty devastating, right? But I want to wasteland this, right? Like if I'm going greedy mode here, I think I'm just going to hit the Alpine Moon and I think they're Seat, to be honest. Let's just hope, guys. Beyond hope that it works. Force of Negation is not on. Okay, it did work. Okay. I do think I go again here. Oh, so close, eh? Well, look, if this works next turn, I get to untap with all this stuff. I mean, it's pretty powerful. My opponent is nowhere near casting Lurrus here yet to be able to recur the Alpine Moon. So we're going to need a bit of luck here, but I like how we've played it so far. Engineer, okay. So just Pithing Needle, I guess, for them there. I can't do anything about the Engineer itself, but I can remove the red mana, potentially. Oh, wow, they had Lotus. Yep, that's sweet. All right, that was just an incredible sequence for them. And they can bring Saga back, right? Wow. That was really impressive. I liked how we played this, but the truth of the matter is, it's just we got they caught us there. But if we find a Force of Vigor, Wasteland, Force of Vigor. Force of Vigor, I do believe, is our best draw. I think we powdered one away. We did. So there's two gone. So 2 out of 40. Ancestral, yep. Wow, that was quite a sequence from my opponent. I'm not going to lie. That was very, very improbable. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty stunned right now. This is, I mean, I've played this deck a substantial amount from my opponent's side of things, and that was just unbelievable. Now, if they turn this off, I'd be thrilled. They did too. They turned my Alpine Moon into a mana that taps. That was a mistake because it did nothing. Now it actually taps for mana. And if my opponent gives me these to counter something, it's feel really good. So we're looking for Force of Vigor, Wasteland, Strip Mine. Oh boy, guys. Really, really lucky there. Now, the Engineer is somewhat of a problem here. I can't get rid of the Pithing Needle permanently. First things first, let's attack. I have to sacrifice another artifact to make that work. So I'm going to kill the Urza Saga. The question I have is, do I get rid of the Pithing Needle here for a turn? Probably I do. But that doesn't really do anything because the Bazaar doesn't get turned on because of the Alpine Moon. So I don't like that. Maybe I get rid of the Mox Opal and the Saga. I think that's what I have to do, guys. Look, it's not optimal, guys. It's not optimal, but very blessed to draw that Force of Vigor given what my opponent did last turn. And it gives me a fighting chance here. They just have PO? They do. Damn. Yeah, like, just can't. Oh, my opponent turned my Bazaar on. Oh, no. He didn't return. Okay, I was going to say. All right, the PO was definitely a backbreaker there. Yeah, my opponent just had Had the Stone Cold Nuts against me this game. Bit disappointing. I feel like I have a reasonable matchup here and was really liking my position in this particular game, but the improbable line my opponent took their last turn was insane. Well, yeah, fault key. Okay, guys, see you next round. Okay, here we are in round 3. And powder. Oh no. There we go. It's a really nice looking hand. I have no idea what Crazy Diamonds is playing, but I think that this is just where we want to be. If we get wastelanded, so be it. I mean, I'm not sure what Crazy Diamonds is playing, but they could be on Bazaar themselves. I do believe they were playing Dredge in the challenge last weekend. And this hand might not just be good enough against Dredge. We'll have to see. Very powerful opener from me, but if I hit a Vine and a Wasteland, certainly would be. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. My wife is just coming into my room here, into our room, and talking to me during my recording. She doesn't realize I'm recording. Okay, it's not Bazaar. It's positive for me. This just could be an Ancestral. Okay. 9. So they'll be out 1 life next turn if they fetch. And they will be dead if they try and counter my counterspell with a Force of Will, should that need to pass. And I can only presume my opponent is going to do something here. Not sure if Crazy Diamonds is double queued here or is just playing really slow tonight. Oh, they're probably Doomsday. That's what's happening here. Yeah. I'll let it resolve. I have a counterspell and a Noxious Revival here. I mean, you can't do a whole lot better than that. My opponent's going to die here next turn if they can't kill me. They have 4 cards in hand, so it is possible. They don't know that I have a counter in my hand because I've been discarding the 2 Master of Deaths this entire time. Okay, so my opponent is making their play here at 5 life. I do think that I am... Do I counter the spell? Yes, I do. Okay. Take a look at my opponent's deck. I'm presuming it's fairly stock. Oh, interesting. Urethral Forager. Dress down. Okay. I do know that Crazy Diamonds loves their Urethral Foragers. I can't say I blame them. It's a really neat card. All right. I don't know if they're running Shieldrids or not. But they're probably running ley lines. I guess until I see Shieldred, I'm not going to worry too much about it. Probably could... I mean, I guess first, what are we going to side out? I do like Surgicals. I do like Noxious Revivals against this deck. I like my counter, Sweep. Could maybe take out a red Rootwalla. I still think Chalice is really powerful if I'm able to find it. Stop the Lotus kill. Let's cut a Vigor. Let's try this. And if they're transforming into a creature package here, which is very possible, we can bring in some Pyrokinesis. Like I could see them going into Bowmasters or something like that. It's a very nice looking hand. We do have a piece of counter magic, so I'm not going to complain there. Okay. No Ancestral, please. Okay, let's get busy trying to win here. A little bit vulnerable to Tabernacle, but that's the world we're living in here. Chalice is quite good here if it resolves. Okay. So we have to fade the Tabernacle here. Tabernacle is a really back-breaking spell when you don't have Squee Recursion. So Bowmaster is the card that scares me here at the moment. I don't think we need to do anything. If my opponent fetches, then I will go. Okay, no need to do anything here. Force of Will was magnificent here. They will flash their Bowmaster in this time, I believe. No. All right. Not optimal, guys. If we had found a blue spell there, we would have been in really good shape. But we can play around days. We have a counter spell. Yep, you got it. Let's see, 2 bottom would be really nice here. All right. All right, guys, here we are in round 4, and we're playing Flush Donkey, and I believe they were an initiative player, a white initiative player. So we won the die roll, which is great. Our hand's pretty darn nice. If we can just find a root wall or a hollow one here, I think we're in really good shape. We did hit. That is extremely fortuitous to be able to tack on that extra 8 damage. And finding a Force of Will in addition to the Mindbreak Trap here is just so sweet. This worked out to be a really nice hand. I don't think we need to let that resolve, do we? Hopefully I don't get punished for my aggression there. I'm not 100% sure what they're running, but if it is initiative, then that is definitely... Oh, okay. Metamorph here. Patchwork, okay. I am going to Mindbreak Trap this. Let's try this out, guys. Well, a sphere is somewhat problematic here, but I'm not going to complain. I mean, this hand is still a strong hand, and given an opportunity to bazaar here, I think we're in decent shape. Okay, interesting. Not sure what that means. Like, would they have a tab here? I mean, this to me really smells of weakness. I don't know what's going on here, but I'm going to take the opportunity to kill that. Okay. Again. And it could just be a Golos into a... Ooh, that was a really good draw, guys. Really nice draw. I'm going to keep the green root wallas here for Force of Vigor. In this deck without Gaia's Cradle, it doesn't pay to use your green root walls when you don't have to. In addition here, if my opponent does have Tabernacle, Pendra Veil, we are going to have the ability to recoup here. As long as we can keep our Bazaar. And this is, it's not the best board presence I've ever had, but it's solid enough to be able to get us to the finish line, perhaps, if we do get tabbed here. Okay, wastelanded, excuse me, not tabbed. Tab is a problem. Okay. Bazaar. Wasteland. I like it. Let's keep going here. Hopefully my opponent does not have a Tabernacle. There is a distinct tax with the Ancient Tomb here if they're using it. Yep. One ring. All right. This should be enough to... Oh, let's make sure we get that Bazaar back, right? Should be enough here. Yeah, I mean, I was just contemplating. I wasn't going to discard the Root Wallet in case of Tabernacle, Pendril Veil there, so we were going to be able to recur it. Like, I didn't really need to do anything there. Anyways, guys, nice 3-1 for us. We did fall a little bit short, unfortunately, but that's okay. Can't always get the 4-0, and yeah, I mean, this deck once again continues to perform. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember, hit that like and subscribe button, and we're going to see you guys next time.